George Washington Carver.
George Washington Carver had a dream. He wanted to help poor farmers. He learned all he could about soil and crops. He taught farmers what to plant. He taught farmers that planting peanuts and sweet potatoes were enriched the soil. He taught people how to help themselves. He made his dream come true. Cheers for George Washington Carver. He was a man with a dream. He loved plants. He wanted to help farmers grow better crops.
He is for extraordinary. George was an extraordinary person. He wanted to learn about everything. He never gave up. He became a good artist and a famous scientist. O is for old. When George was born, his mother was a slave. She was owned by Moses and Susan Carver. George wasn't sure when he was born, but he believed it was in 1865.
R is for rescued. When George was just a baby, he and his mother were kidnapped by slave raiders. Baby George was rescued and returned to the home of Moses and Susan Carver. They cared for him and raised him.
D is for genius. George was a genius with plants, even as a boy. He loves plants and insects. In fact, people were already calling him the plant doctor when he was a child. He made the Carver's garden the most beautiful in town.
E is for everything. That's what George wanted to know about, everything. He wanted to learn and learn and learn. He left the Carver's home when he was 12 years old. He went to another town where there was a school he could attend. At night, he slept in a barn.
W is for word. George worked hard for the family to live with. He cooked and washed and mended clothes. He was not very strong. Even his voice was small and squeaky, but he always worked hard. He had to earn money to pay for school.
A is for Aunt Mariah, the lady who gave George a place to live while he went to school. He had to help Aunt Mariah do laundry. He studied while he did the lawn. When George was 13, he had to find a new school. He had learned everything his first school could teach him. He left Aunt Mariah's house. He went to another town with a better school.
S is for science. George knew a lot about science. In his new school, he even taught the teacher new things. George started a laundry business when he was 13. He washed clothes as a way to earn money to pay for his new school.
H is for hardworking. George worked very hard all the time. He worked hard to earn money for school. He worked hard in school. When he wasn't working hard, he loved to draw and to whittle. He was a wonderful artist.
I is for I can do that. That was what George believed. That was how he acted. Even though George was weak and small, he always tried to do new things. He always said, I can do that. And as for never give up, George had a dream of going to college. He moved from city to city. He washed lots of clothes to earn money. When he finished high school, he began looking for a college that was their best students.
G is for graduate. George finally found a college in Iowa. He studied agriculture, he studied plants, and learned about growing crops. He learned how plants grow best. He graduated from college when he was 30 years old.
T is for teacher. When George finished college, he became a teacher. He taught other students about plants. The students like George, he was an interesting teacher.
O is for opportunity. George had a dream. He wanted to help poor black farmers grow better crops. A man named Booker T. Washington asked George to come teach in Alabama. He wanted George to teach poor farmers how to grow healthy plants.
And es when everything was new for George when he went to Alabama. He sat and to skating into the George grew fast with his students. They learned about his soil. George loved his home.
C is for crop rotation. Most farmers were used to planting just one crop, cotton. As time went by, the soil became unhealthy. Farmers could hardly grow anything. George taught farmers how to make the soil healthy again. They would plant cotton one year and peanuts or sweet potatoes the next year. This is called crop rotation. It kept the soil strong and healthy. A is for astonish.
People were astonished when George told them to plant peanuts and sweet potatoes. They said that no one would buy peanuts.
R is for research. George did research. He found ways to use peanuts and sweet potatoes. George discovered hundreds of ways to use these products. People started buying peanuts and sweet potatoes. V is for valuable. George taught students valuable lessons. They earned more money when they sold their crops. They learned how to be good farmers.
E is for experiments. George used experiments as a way to teach people how to improve their farming. He built a wagon to carry his experiments and tools. George showed his experiments to farmers. They learned a lot from George. R is for remarkable. George Washington Carver was a remarkable man. He was called the Wizard of Tuskegee. He earned many awards for his hard work. He made his dream come true. He helped his people.